Hello crafty friends, I am here today to share another adorable project for the Creepy Cute Chronicles edition for Oddball Stamps. And this is a super adorable witch unicorn, which I decided to call a witchicorn. And actually I made two projects this time, but I didn't realize that my camera was not recording when I started, so I apologize for that. But I am working here on my second card. And for this one I had already started my unicorn to color them, so I decided to come here and show you how I colored it. Now, unicorns are white, and the way that you see the white is reflecting from whatever the color or the background or what's around it, and that's what makes it stand out. But because I was going to be using softer colors and whatnot, I decided to use some of my light grays or ice grays colors to add a little bit of shadows or shade to it. So that's what you see me doing there. And then I am going to be coloring this girl. So this image, I decided to pair it up with this adorable girl from the Scorpio stamp set that is from Oddball Stamps. And she's just so super cute and sassy. So I thought she would match perfectly with this witch unicorn or unicorn witch. The unicorn witch is actually the premium stamp that you get for premium members that you get for the month of October. Now, you not only get this little adorable unicorn witch, you also get a few other critters that's super adorable, that are riding on a little carriage, and I'll show you later on my other card or my other project, so that way you can see the image on how it was intended. But the good thing about the premium membership is that you can separate them so you can use them individually. And I do apologize here. Looks like my camera decided to go out of focus, or maybe I just had too much going on and I confused it. I'm not sure. But anyway, I am trying to keep the same palette or the same colors that I'm using on my girl under her clothes that I used on the unicorn's hair, just to kind of match it a little bit more. And I'm trying to go with more softer pastel colors. They're not creepy, but in this case they are the cute. So that's what I am doing here. And yeah, you can see just doing basic coloring. Now also I was trying to use the same at the same time that I use a certain color to go and use whatever else I was going to be using it, because that kind of helps me not, well, I guess kind of control a little bit of the mess on my table when I am coloring, because I start with no colors and all of a sudden I have a million colors all around me with no space. So anyway, this kind of happens when you use a lot of colors, especially if you want to do some blending, because you want to pick at least two colors of the same family to do your blending. And yeah, it can get to be a lot when you have a lot of things to color. But anyway, I will let you guys just keep seeing here what I'm doing. If you guys ever have any questions on what I'm doing or how I do my coloring, go ahead and leave me comments below. I will gladly answer them. But right now I wanted to kind of go and chit chat with you a little bit about something else. So, or remind you that today is the last day to download those little poison petunias from last week. If you saw my video where I show you the project that I did, I actually made a frame and I printed them on black paper. It was an experiment for me. I really like how that turned out. So I will definitely be coming back and doing another project later on, doing the same techniques, because I really like how that started, and I am sure that I can perfect it or make it look better. But anyway, like I was saying, today is the last day that you have to download it. So make sure that you guys do that before tonight, because after tonight, you won't have access to it anymore. But you will be getting a new image, which is a good thing. But yeah, what I think it's easier is if you download it when you get that newsletter on Friday night or Saturday morning, download your images, and then that way you don't have to worry about it or kind of risk the chances of not getting your image. They're free and they're for you a whole week, for the whole week to download, so might as well do it, right? Lizzie is so generous to do that and give a free image every Friday. Basically, that is super amazing. So yeah, I can't tell you enough. But if you are not a premium member, as far as getting this image, I encourage you to do it, because you only pay $15 and you get access to all of the premium member images, which is going to be this super adorable witch unicorn, plus all the other images from the beginning of the year. So you will be getting access to the entire library, which is super awesome. Now that cute little girl that's on our left is not included on that one because she is part of the regular stamps. But if you want to get her or snatch her too, make sure that you use a coupon code MON and the number 1, so that way you can get a free image when you buy 2. So, kind of get a good deal anyway. Also remember that there's other ways for you to earn images, or ways of getting images and things like this, by participating in the oddball challenges. For the most part, all of the time that they have a challenge is anything goes, so you don't even have to use oddball stamps to share your projects, depending on the theme that they have going on. And when you use oddball stamps or the theme that they're using, you even get more opportunities or better chances of winning other prizes, but you don't have to. So make sure that you guys do that. For example, on Instagram, the Oddball Ambassadors, which is the team that I am part of, our lead ambassador, Annie, has created some super adorable they're kind of like little coasters, or they're super adorable little chip things, that wooden chips that she created using some of the oddball images. They're super cute, and that you could win those for free. So you will not only have the super adorable images, you would also have projects already made with them by Annie. So that is super amazing. And all you have to do is share. So make sure that you guys head over to Instagram and check out the original post. If you are not following Oddball Stamps or Oddball Ambassadors, check my Instagram, because I do have a link there, or I did make a post to remind you guys about it. And I will probably be doing another one later on, so that way you guys can remember to do it if you haven't done it. So enter for your chance to win them. Super awesome. So anyway, like I was saying, I am adding just here a little bit of details with my gold pen to the hooves and also to the unicorn horn. Yeah, the unicorn horn, just to add a little bit of the color there. And then also adds a little bit of sparkle. I did come back with one of my Jelly Roll pens to sparkle there. And yeah, super cute. So now I also wanted to apologize if you're new to my channel, for all the scribbling that I'm doing on that other piece of paper, but it helps me to kind of see the color, make sure that it's the right color that I am using. Another reason why I have it handy, and I guess I've gotten a little messy by keeping it there, but if it doesn't bother you guys, or if it does bother you, let me know in the comments below. I'll try to be a little bit more tidy when I'm doing this. But the reason I do that is because when I am using the tip-to-tip technique, sometimes your colors or your markers will kind of, I guess, contaminate the darker color into the lighter color. And you don't want to do that, because if you forget about it and then later on you start coloring, you'll put the wrong color down. So all you have to do is just kind of scribble it around to kind of wash that color out. So now what I did here, I fuzzy cut these images out as close as I could to the image. I didn't leave a lot of the white edge, and I am going to be doing some ink blending onto a panel that is 4¼ by 5½, using this little DIY stencil that I created. Basically all I did was just kind of draw little shape of clouds and then fuzzy cut them out. And what I'm doing is I'm just flipping it back and forth, so that way I could create the different effects. And now I'm using here some of my Distress Oxides, and I actually used 2 different shades, the Broken China and the other one, I forgot which color it was, but it was a lighter color, and I thought that it looked way too light. So I decided to come back with this Broken China and add just a little bit of detail on certain areas to kind of make those clouds pop just a tiny bit, or add a little bit more of contrast. And you can see here the difference, that you can start to see them pop and look a little bit different. So that's what I did, and I just kind of went almost to the end of it, but because my unicorn didn't have wings, it's not a Pegasus, I needed to have some ground for it. So I pulled out some of my green Distress inks, and this is the regular Distress from the mini cubes, because I don't have of the bigger ones of the oxides. So I used a die cut to, cut the panel, and it has a little stitch or perforated edge. I'm going to be adding some tape here and centering it onto my card base. This is a top folding card base, which is a pretty blue, light blue color. And I'm going to be using my art glitter glue to add it. This is my first time using art glitter glue. I've heard wonderful things about it. I actually bought it a while back, but I was still using my Simon Says glue. I absolutely love that glue and I've gotten used to it, so I used it until it was gone. So it's time to break out the art glitter glue. And let me tell you, I don't know, it's my first time using it, so to me it's a little bit runny, and I don't know if that's how it is, but it was kind of weird because normally I'm used to the thicker glue, but I'll get used to it. And so what I did here is just I partially added or glued the image with the glue, and then I added a little bit of dimension to the top, like to the top of the head, and I did the same to the girl. So just glue her down on the bottom and then added that strip of foam tape so that way it could create a little bit of dimension to the card. And that's pretty much it. I didn't want to embellish it with anything else because I thought it looked very cute just like that, very whimsical and pretty. So that's pretty much the end of this card. So I wanted to show you here the little sentiment that is included with this stamp set, but it didn't quite go with this stamp, so that's the one I want to set it. So this is the second project I created. I actually had made it into a card and decided to turn it into a little booklet. So I did that by scoring 1/2 inch onto the card base and then just adding the little elastic band in there. Added the little booklet here that I just trimmed. It was already bound, so I just trimmed it and put it in here, and added one little piece of paper. I do plan on adding more stuff, but I'll do that later on. For the purpose of the video, I just wanted to show you here. Now I'm also adding this little greeting that comes with the stamp, like I said, that is super adorable, and I just decided to leave it like that. I didn't color it because I love the contrast of the black and white, so I decided to leave it like that. And the sentiment, or the sentiment just reads, is just a spooky little greeting to wish you happy trick-or-treating. I thought it was super adorable, but here you have it, a super cute way to make a little booklet, adding some elastic bands and things like that so I could add it and maybe toss it in my purse and have it handy, and it's super cute and adorable. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you are not a subscriber so you don't miss any of my videos. Click that notification bell, and then also head over to my blog so you can see more still photos. I do have some here for you, but have a wonderful day. Bye bye.